let's talk about standard cleaning. So I have a 3D house pulled up here, and we're just going to do a walkthrough and talk about the things that we're going to cover on a standard cleaning service. So our standard cleaning to start off is just going to be also known as a maintenance clean, meaning that this home has already been professionally deep cleaned. We're just coming back in to maintain that cleanliness at this point. So, some of the items covered on our deep clean, the higher to reach items and whatnot, are not going to be covered on a maintenance clean. That would be a deep clean. Okay, so let's get started. If I just move through the house a little bit, you can see we've got the kitchen area, we've got a family room or living area here, some stairs. So let's just go ahead and actually start over here in the kitchen. So on a maintenance clean, we're going to come and we're going to put our caddy down, and we are going to just work from one point in the kitchen around in one fluid motion, working from top to bottom as we go. So let's just say we like to start over here by the sink. If we move over here by the sink, we're going to put our caddy down, and we're just going to do a dusting pass really quick. So any horizontal surfaces, including these little ledges right here on the cabinets, the surfaces here, right here above the drawer and right above the cabinet here, those are horizontal surfaces and they collect dust. So any of these horizontal surfaces are going to collect dust all throughout the kitchen. All right, so you can see a little closer up here, right on top of these cabinet doors and drawers. Okay, if we can reach these items here, we'll also dust this. But again, on a maintenance clean, we're just doing a quick little dusting. We're working our way from top to bottom, and we're not going to forget the top of these baseboards either as we work our way around the kitchen. So that's our dusting pass. After we do the dusting pass, we are going to come back and do our clean. So starting right over here from the sink, we're going to work our way around the kitchen. In fact, I like to actually start from this side of the sink so that the sink is last in case you need the water for anything. You're not starting here, cleaning the sink, and then running water in it later. So I like to start right here. I'm going to come with my all-purpose spray. I'm going to be wiping down high-touch areas like these knobs here, the handles, and then I'm going to be working my way from top to bottom. So we're not going to be wiping down all of the surfaces here on a maintenance clean. That would be a deep clean and a move out. So for maintenance, I'm looking, is there a handprint smudge of food, some food particles here, especially around these handles? There are usually smudges. And maybe some food splatter, especially on like cabinets and the backsplash right over here around the microwave and around the stovetop. There tends to be a little bit of debris on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. But I'm just going to check that as I go around. So starting over here, working my way from top to bottom, wiping down high-touch areas, and then just spot checking this. Looking for any spots here, wiping down the surface, and then working my way down. This is a high-touch area, I'm going to wipe that down. High-touch area, I'm going to wipe that down. I'm looking for spots. I'm going to continue moving my way around the kitchen from top to bottom, hitting my cabinets, checking the backsplash, moving items on the counter and wiping behind them and around them, and then wiping off the countertop itself, and then following down with the drawers and cabinets. I'm going to work my way around the kitchen. This microwave is going to get cleaned every time on a standard clean, so pop that open, quick wipe out. Usually if we're here on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, again, standard clean is a maintenance cleaning service, meaning that we're coming on a routine basis. This shouldn't get too bad, but we're going to clean the inside of that every time. Wipe down the stove top. Any debris on there, you use your scraper to get that off. Make sure that's polished up and looking nice. And we're also going to wipe down the items on the countertop here. Now, don't get excessive with it. We're just going to be moving through really, really quickly. Honestly, the kitchen should only take us, about, depending on the size of the kitchen, if there's a big island, how many cabinets there are to check. The kitchen should not take us really more than like 20 to 30 minutes to do, to be honest. All right, so after we've worked our way high to low, wiping down all surfaces, placing the items back in an organized fashion, we're just going to continue working around. Here's another little surface here. Moving around, wiping down the fridge. Now, if this was a stainless steel fridge, we would go ahead and clean off any handprints, smudges on the outside, and then we would go ahead and polish up that stainless steel using some of our stainless steel cleaner and polish. All right, we're almost done with the kitchen. Again, we're not forgetting to dust the top of the baseboards here, and then any horizontal surface. And if I should mention, since we already did our dusting pass, we're on our cleaning pass, I'm going to be spot checking walls and baseboards too. So if there's some splatter over here, or if there's just something on the baseboards, like from a shoe print accidentally kicking it or something like that, we're going to go ahead and take care of that at this time. The little dishwasher here, we'll open that up, make sure we clean the top of that and just around the seal. That's pretty much all we're going to do with dishwashers. And I already mentioned the stainless steel with the fridge, but these appliances can also be stainless steel in the home. If that's the case, when we clean the outside, we'll come back through last and do our polishing of those stainless steel appliances. And then finally, the sink. If there's dishes in here, we're going to either load them in the dishwasher if the dishwasher has dirty dishes or no dishes in it. If there are clean dishes in here, we're just going to work our way around that stuff in the sink. We're not going to do anything else other than that. Okay, so that is the kitchen. We're going to leave the floor for last because we will come through and vacuum the entire house at once and mop the entire house at once. So that's it in the kitchen. Let's continue on to the next space. Dining area here, starting with our dusting pass as normal. We're going to go through and start at one point. Again, pick one point. Maybe it's right here in the corner. Go through, dust all horizontal surfaces, top to bottom, working our way around. Horizontal surfaces up here. Dusting this little light fixture. Legs of tables, especially if there's any horizontal or flat surfaces underneath the table, it's very important to keep those dusted. The chairs, if they're wooden or steel chairs or something like that too, they'll gather dust, so make sure we get that. And then that's pretty much it for this space here. We'll dust these little bar stools too. Okay, so now on our clean pass, same as before, we're going to spot check. Are there any handprints on the walls? Are there any smudges or anything like that on the baseboards? Does the tabletop need to be wiped down? Do we need to put some wood cleaner and polish on this if it's starting to look a little rough? Are there any dog nose prints or kid fingerprints or just fingerprints in general on this sliding glass door? We don't have to clean these every single time, but we're going to spot check that with a microfiber rag and some glass cleaner or just simply water. Light switches and outlets, are there any fingerprints on those? Let's make sure we get those taken care of and keep those clean as well. High touch areas, back sides of chairs, when people grab this to pull the chairs out to sit down, that is now a high touch area. We're going to hit those as well with our all-purpose cleaner, nothing too complex. Moving over here in the family room, again, basic dusting of the things that we can reach on a standard clean. Starting at one point, as always, working our way from top to bottom. Light switches, check those, check baseboards, checking walls. First we're going to do our dusting pass. So dusting inside the lamp here, flat surfaces, even these little bars down here. The ledges, we're going to dust. If we can reach these, if you're using like a Swiffer or something like that, it's a great idea to go ahead and get the anything that you can reach. On a deep clean, this would be mandatory, but on a maintenance clean, we are literally only responsible for what we can reach with our dusters. All right. And again, this all goes back to the more that you do, the longer it takes, the more that you have to charge. It is in our client's best interest to keep these services quick, clean, in and out, keep the prices affordable so that they keep us coming back. They understand the difference between deep cleans and standard cleans, and they are okay with that. And we're going to do a deep clean on houses, 3 to 4 times a year is what is recommended. All right. Horizontal surface right here. Be careful of items up here. Sometimes people will have urns with ashes right up in this area, dog urns or human. And we don't want to knock that over. Please be careful. All right, horizontal. Dusting pass, pretty straightforward. We're going to dust items here as well, and then the legs and any space underneath coffee tables. Now coming back through to do the clean pass. You got it. I'm not going to repeat myself throughout the entire house here, but high touch areas, back sides of chairs, light switches and outlets, spot checking walls, spot checking baseboards. Are there any watermarks on this little coffee or this little end table here from people placing their cup there? We're going to want to check that as well. Check the glass. You don't have to clean that every time, but we don't want to leave smudges on the glass. And then finally, that's pretty much it. During the vacuuming process, if you have a hand tool that can get dog hair off or cat hair, this would be the time to use it. If not, we're going to take care of that with the vacuum at the end. And that's it for this room. Now let's go find a bathroom and talk about that really quick. So let's see if we can navigate our way up to the top level where we can find maybe a bathroom, or we can just select it right over here, bathroom. Great. Here we go. Starting out with our dusting, we're going to start. Now, it's important that these lights are off. If these have been on for a while, I wouldn't touch them with a duster. I wouldn't touch them with anything that is cool, damp, wet, anything like that. You could shatter these light bulbs, but if they're cool, go ahead and dust them and work your way from top to bottom, just like any other space, paying special attention to baseboards and all horizontal surfaces. Now, this is just a half bath, actually. So let's see if we can find a different bathroom. Right here. All right, so I'm not going to repeat myself. So after we've done our dusting pass, we got light fixtures, horizontal surfaces. We're going to pick one point in the bathroom and start there. Now, the bathroom differs a little bit than the other spaces because you can, what we call pre-treat certain areas so that they're easier to clean. For example, now on a maintenance clean, there's not going to be a lot of soap scum because we're here on a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly basis. But still, we can spray our shower or bathroom cleaner on the shower walls and the glass here and just let that sit. And the same thing with the toilet. We can put our toilet bowl cleaner in there and spray that down with our bathroom cleaner so that that can be sitting and breaking down all of the germs and all the grime that's on the toilet. And any other rough areas, if there's like toothpaste or something, soap in the sink, you can spray that down, let that sit while you're cleaning other areas in the bathroom. So once I've pre-treated those areas, I like to go ahead and work from clean to dirt, meaning I'm going to pick the cleanest areas in the bathroom, clean those first, and then clean the dirtiest areas last. All that really means is we're going to clean the toilet last. If you touched it beforehand, putting on your pre-spray, switch out your gloves. We do not want to cross-contaminate. All right, we're not going to worry about dusting up really high because that is done on a deep clean. So let's start off with our maintenance clean on our cleaning pass. You can pick a point starting at the sink or really any point in the bathroom. Just be consistent so that you don't have to think about it. You can just come in here and knock these out time after time. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to, after we've dusted all this, I'm going to start with the high touch areas like my light switches and outlets. I'm going to clean that every time, no matter if they're dirty or not, because it is considered a high touch area. I'm going to fold any towels that are here. Sometimes people will just drape the towels over there. We're going to fold those up nicely for them. It lets them know that we've been here and that their bathroom has been professionally cleaned. Spot checking walls and baseboards just like the rest of the house. Skip over the toilet, moving our way here, cleaning off any items that are placed on top of here, placing those back, checking the tub here. If it's been used, you can go ahead and clean that. If not, just do a thorough dusting. And if there's any hair or debris at the bottom, you can simply rinse that down the drain and you should be good to go. Sometimes if it's been used, like if it's a monthly clean and it's been used multiple times between your visits, then you might need to break out something like a magic eraser and some all-purpose spray or bathroom spray cleaner and scrape down these, clean off the sides of the bathtub here and then rinse it down the drain. You should be good to go. Don't forget to polish your fixtures, so sink fixtures, faucets, things of that nature. All right. We're going to clean the ledge there. That should only really need a dusting, but we are going to check it for fingerprints, smudges, and we're going to check the glass as well. Working our way around top to bottom, I'm going to check this mirror. If there's like toothpaste splatter, water splatter, soap splatter, anything on this mirror, we're going to go ahead and clean that at this time. Working our way down, now we're going to spray down the countertop here, the sinks, and then the faucets and fixtures. If there are a bunch of items right here, which there typically is on every single maintenance clean because this home is occupied and is being used, so there's going to be toothbrushes, there's going to be deodorant, there's going to be toothpaste, there's going to be combs and other hairbrushes and stuff that are on top of the sink here, mirrors, hand mirrors. So we're going to pull those items out to the front here, clean behind, and then place those items back, cleaning them, wiping them down, and placing them back in an organized fashion, wiping down our faucets and handles and fixtures here. And then I like to, since the sink has been sitting for a little bit, I like to go ahead and pull out something like a magic eraser, scrub down the sides. This gets off any toothpaste scum, soap scum. It breaks free any like hair that's in the sink from shaving and shaving cream, anything like that. So wiping that down with a magic eraser works great, and then just taking the water, using your hands and rinsing all of that stuff down the drain, and now you have a spot-free sink. After the items have been moved back, we can finish cleaning the surface here and then working our way down. Let's not forget these high touch areas, and let's not forget to spot check these areas too. Sometimes you'll have watermarks running down the fronts of these if there's a sink here, so let's not skip over that. There's a little bit of baseboard here we're not going to forget, and then finally the shower. This has been sitting for some time, so we can just take that magic eraser, wipe down the walls right here, getting off any little surface level soap scum because we're not going to let that build up, right? And then we're going to also wipe down the glass here with our magic eraser or our scouring pad. Once all of that has been sprayed and broken loose with our magic eraser or our sponge, we can then take the shower head and spray down the walls and the glass. Now, if there is not a removable shower head, you can take like a cup, fill it up with water. You can fill it up with water from the shower, from the sink, or go over here to the bathtub and fill it up with water, and then just walk over here and pour that water down the walls, on the shower walls and the glass, and rinse all that stuff down the drain. You can finish wiping down the floor with like a microfiber rag. And then if you'd like to leave a streak-free shine on the glass, you can take a squeegee all the water off, and then come to the outside and do the same thing. Spray it off with cleaner or glass cleaner and squeegee it off, and that should leave you with a beautiful streak-free glass shine. Okay, so you can clean the little closet here, linen closet if you'd like. At this time, I would recommend doing that, and then moving our way around. We're spot checking walls, spot checking baseboards, entryways, woodwork, all of that. And then finally, there's only one thing or two things left: the toilet and the floors. Before I go to the floors, let's go ahead and tackle that toilet. So that's been sitting for a while, that bathroom cleaner. Depending on if you use like a sanitizer or disinfectant, it should be pretty germ-free at this point. Now, technically, you need to clean the surface and dry it off before you proceed with your sanitization or disinfecting service, but it should be pretty clean now. It just has a bunch of grime all over it, hair, dust, debris, stuff like that. Our toilet bowl cleaner has been sitting in there for a while. Whether you use a powder cleanser or a liquid cleanser, it should be ready to go. So what we're going to do is, I like to take a little bit of toilet paper and wipe down all of the outside of the toilet, and then just put the toilet paper in the bowl here. And then, so working our way from the outside in, the toilet paper really does a great job. Now, you can use paper towels, but you can't flush paper towels. You can flush toilet paper, and you can use the client's toilet paper. So I really love doing this instead of using up microfiber rags. I'll do a first pass with toilet paper, again, getting all the outsides, including down and around the toilet here. Right back here accumulates a lot of hair and a lot of dust, and the baseboards behind the toilet oftentimes get missed too, so we're not going to miss those items here. And then you'll open up the bowl, again, spray and clean using your toilet paper, lift up the seat, spray and clean using your toilet paper. Flush that, and then use your toilet bowl brush, put in some powder cleanser, clean the inside of the toilet, and then flush that. Place the toilet bowl brush back, and then we can come through with our sanitizer disinfectant spray it down one more time, and then use a microfiber rag to just wipe it down once over. Now that that's been done nicely, you can toss your gloves, and then you can put a nice fold in the toilet paper. Again, just a professional touch, letting the client know that we have been here and that their bathroom has been professionally cleaned. The last thing we're going to do, if this is a big floor area like this one, we're not going to hand clean the floors. We'll come back and do a vacuum and mop, just like we will with the rest of the house. However, if you're dealing with a little half bath or a smaller bathroom, sometimes it's just easier to just spray some all-purpose spray or a bathroom cleaner on the floor, and then hand wipe your way out with a microfiber rag. And then now you don't have to revisit this bathroom later. It's done. So that's the bathroom. The only thing remaining in the house that we haven't talked about is the bedrooms. Very similar to the living room, open spaces, hallways, entryways, essentially anything that's not a kitchen or bathroom. Bedrooms are no different. We're going to start at one point, and we're going to do our dusting pass. I should mention beforehand, though, this kind of goes for any space in the house. You're going to want to set the space first, clear the space. If there are clothes, shoes, items on the floor or on like dressers, anything like that, desks, you're going to want to clean those off first. So I'm going to pick up any loose items scattered around the floor, and I'm either going to place them on the bed, or if there's a basket laundry basket convenient, I'll go ahead and place them in the basket first. That allows me to vacuum the floors later without having to work around stuff, and that allows me to work around the room without worrying about tripping on something or stepping on something. Okay, so that's pretty much it to get started. We're going to do our dusting pass starting at one point, usually like right around the entryway somewhere, and dusting all horizontal surfaces including doors. Picture frames, be careful. Do not dust oil paintings. We're going to put our hand below these items to make sure that they don't fall when we're dusting them. If your duster gets snagged on one of these corners and it falls to the floor, you can damage the item, and then we're liable for that. Or you're liable for that, or we're liable for that, and we don't want that. Moving our way around, if we can reach the fan, great. If not, we're not going to worry about that. That'll be tackled on the deep clean. Dusting all horizontal surfaces, including the bed frame, including the lamps, any little end tables, and then of course baseboards. On our clean pass, we're going to start at that same point, and we're going to clean high touch areas like 8 to 10 inches above and below these door handles, including the door handles themselves. Light switches, those are high touch areas. And then we're going to spot check things like doors, walls, baseboards, outlets, glass. If there are no items on the floor and they left out clean sheets, oftentimes they want you to go ahead and put those sheets on for them and make the bed. If not, then just tidy up the bed for them. Just kind of like similar to the toilet paper in the bathroom, tidying up the bed lets them know that the professionals have been in and have cleaned their house. All right, so spot checking this, moving through, working our way top to bottom, looking up here for smudges, working our way down. Our eyes are going from top to bottom. Oh, there's a handprint walking in the bathroom. Wipe that down. Oh, there's some stuff on the baseboards. Wipe that down. Working our way from top to bottom all around the room in one fluid motion is going to allow us to be more efficient and make more money. All right, so lastly, we will vacuum and vacuum this room, but again, we're going to do that at the end when we vacuum the rest of the house, which is at this time pretty much right about now. So we've talked about the different spaces. Again, entryways and hallways are no different. We would just do a thorough dusting on these rails here and then spot check walls, clean any high touch areas like outlets and light switches. And that's pretty much it. Lastly, again, we're going to vacuum. We're going to start up at the top level here. We'll vacuum our way out. We'll do our nice vacuum lines, making sure that we do pay special attention to the edges. These edges get neglected, so let's not neglect them. Let's make sure we pull out a different vacuum attachment if needed and get down on these edges here. We're going to work our way down and out, vacuuming hard surfaces, vacuums. Turn on your vacuum brush when you're vacuuming carpet, and then turn off the brush when you're vacuuming hardwood floors. You may need to lower the vacuum head when we're dealing with hardwood floors. Okay, so you can see a couple more bedrooms here. Same thing as before. Vacuuming our way out. I should also mention that if you find spaces like bathrooms, for example, that have an excessive amount of hair in the sinks, on the countertops, in and around behind the toilet and on the floors, sometimes it is easier to vacuum before cleaning the rest of the bathroom. Getting all that hair up is just going to save you a lot of time. All right, so once you're done vacuuming, you are going to then go throughout the rest of the house and mop any hard floors, hardwood floors, tile, anything of that nature. For example, the kitchen that we were just in, these are hardwood and laminate floors. We would basically mop our way out after a thorough vacuuming. If you don't vacuum this thoroughly in the beginning, pulling out these chairs, getting under the table, getting in tight corners, underneath the cabinets, that little lip there, if you don't spend a little bit of time and do a thorough vacuuming, you're not going to be able to do a thorough mopping. You're just going to be pushing debris and hair into the corners as you mop. It's going to be more frustrating for you, and if you leave it that way, the customers will notice. They will demand a re-clean, which again is going to hurt your profits. It's going to hurt ours. It's going to kill time having to go back and clean these floors again. So you want to make sure that you're thorough with your vacuuming, thorough with your mopping, and overall thorough with the entire home. So that's pretty much it. That is a maintenance clean. That is what we do on a maintenance clean. Watch the deep clean videos and watch the move out clean videos and the post construction to learn about what differentiates this standard clean, this maintenance clean that we just did, and what differentiates this between, like I said, the deep clean, the move out, and the post construction. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.